a man named Brian messaged me. He said he had to come clean, he was the real father of the baby my girlfriend was carrying. I stared at that message for hours, my chest tightening. At first, I didn't believe him. But then he sent proof, screenshots, conversations between them, photos, even a voice note where she said, "We just have to keep up appearances. He'll believe the baby's his." That shattered me. It wasn't just the betrayal, it was the coldness of it. The next day, I confronted her. She broke down, crying, swearing it was a mistake, that Brian meant nothing, and that she still loved me. When I asked why she would lie about something so huge, she looked me straight in the eyes and said, "I didn't want to lose you. I wanted us to be a family." I nearly walked out then and there, but something held me back. Maybe it was shock. Maybe it was denial. Maybe it was the fact she was carrying a life inside her. I couldn't destroy everything in that moment. So, I made a choice. I didn't tell her I knew about Brian. I pretended to believe her. I smiled, kissed her forehead, and held her hand at every doctor's appointment. I watched the sonograms, painted the baby's room, and played along, not for her sake, but because I needed time. I needed space to decide what kind of man I wanted to be. And truthfully, I wanted her to feel the weight of what she had done, not through shouting or violence, but through undeniable truth. So, I waited. The due date finally came. We drove to the hospital together. She was nervous, excited, crying through the pain. I held her hand the whole time, playing my role perfectly. The doctors were kind, the delivery smooth. Then, there he was, this tiny, red, crying life. She looked at me with tears in her eyes, cradling the baby, and whispered, "He has your nose." I almost laughed, not because it was funny, but because it was tragic. Later, when we were alone in the room, I stood beside her. She held the baby against her chest. I said softly, "You don't have to lie anymore." Her eyes widened. "What do you mean?" I looked at the baby, then at her. "He's not mine. I know. I've known for months. Brian told me everything, the messages, the plan, all of it." Her body stiffened. She clutched the baby tighter. I kept going. "You lied to me. You were going to let me raise a child that wasn't mine. You were going to let me believe forever." She broke down into loud, panicked sobs. "I didn't know what to do. I made a mistake. I didn't want to lose you." I shook my head. "You already did." Then I turned and walked out. I didn't look back. Her crying echoed behind me, but I didn't stop. I left the hospital and sat in my car for over an hour, staring into nothing. I didn't go home. I drove to my brother's place and crashed on his couch. When he asked what happened, I told him everything. Over the next few days, she called and texted constantly. Apologies, promises, desperate pleas. I didn't answer. I couldn't. I started therapy. I told my family. And I told Brian he was going to have to step up and be a father now. He was shocked, said he never thought I'd actually find out. Said she told him I'd never believe him. Said he was sorry. I didn't care. That baby wasn't mine. I wasn't going to raise a lie. The hardest part? I really did love her. I had been ready to propose. The ring was hidden in my closet for months. My plan was to ask her on the day our son was born. But instead, I walked out of that hospital alone, heartbroken, holding nothing but the truth. People ask me if I regret it. If I miss her. If I wonder what could have been. And the truth is, I do, every single day. But I also know this. I would rather be alone than be with someone who saw my love as something to manipulate. I don't know what became of her and the baby. I've cut off all contact. But I hope that child has a good life. I hope he's loved, even if it's not by me. I've learned a lot about myself through this, about patience, restraint, pain, and dignity. And when people ask why I waited until the delivery room, why I revealed the truth in that moment, I tell them this. Because sometimes the truth needs silence to be heard. Because sometimes the quietest goodbye is the loudest. And because she'll never forget the moment she realized I knew all along.